The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
The Riviera 72 Sport Motor Yacht has been designed to do almost anything the owner of a large motor yacht might want. Her name is an apt description because she can be a world-class big-game sport fisherman, a water sports day boat, an entertainment platform, a live-aboard condo, or a transoceanic long-range cruiser. Amazingly, she can go head-to-head with mission-specific boats in each of these classes with very few, if any, compromises. Let's take a detailed look at her amenities and discover exactly why she's so capable. Most of the 3 feet 3 inches of added length on the 72 over her near sister, the 68, went right into her cockpit. Our test boat stern was intended for big game fishing, and so on the transom, our boat had a 15-inch teak-covered shelf instead of a large 4-foot 8-inch optional swim platform. She has a beam of 19 feet 8 inches from the bait well to the console forward, and a total cockpit space of 175 square feet overall. This means she's large enough for a fighting chair with plenty of fore and aft room for a crew to work around it. Add in the 110 square foot mezzanine and you have one of the largest total cockpit areas in a 72-foot production boat at nearly 286 square feet. The cockpit has two 24-inch transom doors, and the coaming is 33¼ inches high, which makes this cockpit secure in nearly any condition. Forward in the cockpit there are 6 rod holders, cabinets for storage, and the console is a freezer, sink, and a double-wide barbecue. Avid anglers might use the upright freezer for frozen bait and the countertops for bait prep. The 4 hatches in the cockpit sole open to reveal 2 outboard fish boxes that can be used as ice chests, general storage, or be replaced by racks to hold scuba tanks. The inboard hatches lead to a large lazarette, which on our test boat had a Seakeeper 16 gyro on the centerline. Up a few steps on either side of the cockpit and we come to the mezzanine seating. Some builders of sport fishing boats have called aft-facing bench seats a mezzanine, but this is the real deal. We measured the usable space at 6 feet 4 inches fore and aft, and 12 feet wide. 5 fold-up chairs come standard, so 10 people can have dinner here. The overhead is 7 feet, and forward is a bar with 2 stools that swivel out with an ice maker in between. The aft bulkhead window opens out from the galley inside, making this a fun snack bar. To port is a stairway down to a dayhead with a shower, so we don't have swimmers dripping all through the boat when nature calls. Upon transitioning inside, we find the C-Zone control screen immediately to the right. This allows controls of all the lights and startup systems immediately upon entering. To port is the Galley Aft, something that's rarely seen in conventional sport fishermen trawlers or motor yachts, which usually have galleys forward. With the aft window open, it keeps the galley air fresh, keeps the chef in the conversation, and is able to service the snack bar on the mezzanine, and of course it's a more comfortable location in the seaway. There's 3 feet 6 inches between the 2 counters, more than in most galleys in class. Its 26 square feet of Corian counters are wide and have a backsplash, raised edges, but nothing that we could call a proper fiddle. There's a 4-burner induction stovetop with a convection microwave oven below, a deep stainless sink with a separate sink for the garbage disposal. A dishwasher is to the left of the sink, along with dedicated storage for a complete dinner service, which comes standard with the boat. Under the galley counters, in addition to storage for pots and pans, are 2 refrigerator freezer drawers. Across the aisle, there are 4 more to starboard for a total of 6. All cabinetry and joinery woods are high-gloss walnut. The decking is premium wood grain vinyl. The salon is forward, has windows on 3 sides, an overhead that is 6 feet 7½ inches, and is covered in vinyl with a soffit outlined in a submerged acrylic that provides lighting and different colors. All air conditioning and heating ducts are hidden behind the moldings and soffits above. Having the salon forward provides a panoramic view on 3 sides, and all guests have good views no matter where they're seated. Note that the mullions are narrow and the side windows open. To starboard is a matchbooked solid wood and expandable table that slides, and it can be lowered for cocktails. And note the leather-wrapped handholds. An ottoman can be moved over with seating for 2, and of course it includes storage inside. Moving to port, we find another L-shaped sofa upholstered in premium leather and the versatile ottoman that can be used as a coffee table. Aft is a 50-inch TV that rises electrically, as well as cabinets for all the stereo and entertainment electronics. To port is a pantograph door. Out the door and walking forward, we come to the foredeck entertaining venue. Here we find seats for 8 people plus another seat facing forward for 2 more. The 72 is beamy and stable, and there's plenty of room for a large party on the bow when at anchor or slowly cruising the harbor. When it's time to go offshore, the forward seats fold out of the way, and all seat cushions and backs stow in compartments under the seats. The Sky Lounge on the 72 has an L-shaped sofa, a settee lounger forward, and outside in the aft deck, an alfresco lounge for cocktails or intimate dinner. Adjacent to the helm is a bench seat for guests to keep the owner-operator company. Behind the helm is an L-shaped sofa with a coffee table storage ottoman. Note the large windows that give guests excellent views outside. The convertible sofa is upholstered in premium leather and has a TV opposite along with cabinets and a refrigerated drawer. Under the sofa is an easy-to-slide-out extension which quickly makes this a double bed and makes the Sky Lounge an additional sleeping cabin. And overhead is an electrically actuated Webasto sunroof with shade and leather-wrapped handhold. Windows port and starboard slide open and the aft one remains open just as below, which means this upper salon can be open to the fresh air on 3 sides plus the overhead. Like the windows on the main deck, they're all tempered and tinted in addition to 3M film being added to diminish heat and block fading. 18,000 BTUs of air conditioning are dedicated to this space alone. Outside on the aft deck is a teak table for alfresco dining with a view. The pedestal lowers to make a cocktail table and lowers still to make a sun pad. To port we find a full wet bar with sink, refrigerator, and ice maker. Now let's take a look at the accommodations deck. There are 4 staterooms in the classic layout with the VIP stateroom forward, 2 guest staterooms midships, and the full beam master aft. Down the companionway and into the passageway to the master, we pass a wine cooler. The master has 6 feet 5 inches of headroom and the bed measures 78.5 inches by 72 inches. 18,000 BTUs of climate control is dedicated to this stateroom and the air wafts out from the walnut molding and overhead soffits, both of which have indirect LED lighting. Port and starboard are solid walnut night tables with high fiddles and inlaid leather tops. Temperature controls and buttons to activate lights and reading lights are handy from each side of the bed. Looking to the port side, we see a large window and an opening port light forward with a solid stainless deadlight as required by CE Ocean A requirements. Below is a vanity with mirror. Forward of the vanity and chest of drawers is a large wardrobe closet with hanging lockers left, shelving at right, above, and below, and there's a built-in safe. On the forward bulkhead is the 40-inch TV with drawers below. All bulkheads in the stateroom are covered in a highly textured plush fabric, such as this one in the master, which was chosen by the owner. All joinery work in this 72 is high-gloss walnut, which means it has 6 coats of varnish. The door jambs are solid walnut timber, walnut veneer facings are placed over plywood structure, and 3mm solid walnut strips is used on all door and cabinet edges. The Riviera 72 can be highly personalized, with owners selecting fabrics, woods, hardware, and even vinyls from a wide selection for decor all over the boat. On the starboard side of the master stateroom, in the classic layout, is the head compartment, which has translucent glass in all 3 interior bulkhead panels, except for the aft one, which turns clear at the touch of a button. We enter the master head through a pocket door, and inside is a large hull-side window above a Corian counter, with sink with mirrored cabinets above and regular cabinets below. The walk-in shower stall has a glass door, seat, rain shower head, and a shower wand. The presidential version of the master stateroom has dinette seating, a timber table with leather inlay, concealed vanity, electrical outlets, and a USB port for a laptop. In this version, the starboard stateroom is eliminated and the master head is moved there. At the forward end of the passageway is the VIP stateroom. It has 6 feet 6 inches of headroom and the island berth is 60 inches wide and 76 inches head to foot. 2 horizontal windows along with the overhead hatch admit plenty of natural light. The high-gloss walnut finish has been carried on here, and the stateroom takes advantage of the bow flare to put welcome storage in 6 lockers above the windows. To port is a hanging locker, and to starboard are shelves which match the space in the master. Under the bed are 4 large drawers, each with soft-touch close. Looking aft, we see the 32-inch TV, temperature and light controls, and to the left, the entrance to the private head. The VIP head has a wash basin set into a Corian counter with window above and mirror above that. To the right is the glass-enclosed walk-in shower. The port guest stateroom has twin beds. There are overhead lockers and a bright window treatment below with opening port light, and unseen above is a hatch which bathes this cabin in natural light. The inboard bed is 26 inches wide and the outboard one is 24 inches wide. Both are 77 inches head to foot. The inboard bed can slide outboard to form a double, and a nightstand is revealed to the inboard side. A hanging locker is behind the private door to a head, which it shares with the other stateroom. It has a separate shower stall behind a glass door. The starboard stateroom with a sliding door is the smallest. It has 6 feet 5 inches of headroom. The upper berth is 30 inches wide, the lower one is 24 inches wide, and both are tapered at the foot. There's a hanging locker and several drawers for clothing. In the presidential layout, this space is used for the master head. Behind the master stateroom bulkhead is an area that Riviera calls a utility room. Each owner will customize this space differently to reflect the primary mission of the vessel. It can be used for a mate, cook, or nanny, and a Pullman berth can be added so it sleeps two. Could be a workshop, huge rod and tackle locker, or a place for dive gear, wetsuits, snorkels. The dayhead with integral shower serves double duty here. A stacked Miele washer and dryer are handy to the shower and the steps to the mezzanine. So clearly, the Riviera 72 is a versatile and capable platform. We also found her to be an excellent boat to handle, but that's another video, be sure to look for it. For now, that's our detailed look at the features and some of her many possibilities. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.